Dedicated, not to America's top model, but to the natural girls right next door. You're tuned in to the podcast where your hosts, Krishna, Lisa, and Serene talk about all things textured hair and beauty. Welcome to the Tea on Tap podcast.
Woo! Welcome to another episode of the Tea on Tap podcast. We are so happy to be here, ladies.
We're here.
Are we not excited to be here? We are so excited.
Okay, did y'all rehearse that?
Come on.
I feel left out. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
We're so excited. We could not be We could not be more happy to be amongst just this awesome dynamic of just melanin glow.
Yeah.
These beautiful women that I get to sit around every day, they are amazing. When we record the show, it's just nothing but pure magic. So I'm happy to be here. How about y'all?
So excited.
Okay.
So excited.
Let's get the formalities out the way, y'all. So for our first time listeners, if you're listening to the show for the first time, we want to say bonjour, tap chérie. So tap chérie or chérie is French, meaning darling, honey, love, all that fun stuff. And we fancy, so we go to add a little tap. The chérie after the tap. Bonjour, oui, la la. And thank you for tuning into our show. We talk about all things hair and then some. We talk about finances. We talk about just so many things. We love to spill the hot tea. We love to stir some sweet tea. We throw out the weak tea. Bye-bye. And we raise our pinky up for the high tea, y'all. And don't forget, y'all, our favorite segment is when we have our tea party. Okay, and don't forget, we got to plug in our socials, our YouTube channels, Tea on Tap podcast. Make sure y'all tap in, tune in, subscribe, and like all that other stuff that they say when you want people to subscribe to your YouTube. But all right, now let's get into our show today. All right, so normally we'll start, this is new. We'll start with how we're feeling. So today I am personally feeling inspired.
I'm feeling focused.
Why does this always happen to me? I am feeling unprepared. I'm feeling happy and excited to be here.
Yes. Okay. So I want to make sure that you are properly introduced. I am sitting around, like I said earlier, amongst these beautiful women. I usually say a trifecta of melanin goodness, and I'm not going to stop saying that because that's exactly what it is. I am Krishna. I am one of your hosts. Then we have...
I am Serene.
And I am Lisa.
Yeah! Okay. So, I'm ready to start with the first segment of the show. Sip some tea, child. Who ready to sip that tea? Because I know I am. Okay? All right. So, I'm going to start y'all off with something real sweet. I'm going to start off with something real sweet. I just want y'all to just get quiet for a second.
Okay.
And listen to something that I got. Y'all ready? Mm-hmm. And you guys tell me what you think. Okay?
You see a bonnet, I see the helmet of salvation. You see an army green shirt, I see the breastplate of righteousness. I see the belt of truth, the sandals.
What?
Shush.
Now that originated. Whoa.
Where is that from? Yeah,
okay.
Tell us.
Should I give y'all some
for the people who don't know?
Should we add some context? Okay, so here's the context. The context is there is a man out in this world by the name of Jaxn. Thank you for that. And apparently he is supposed to be a relationship guru to some extent. And what he does is he sits in his vehicle
all alone in every single video.
Yes, he does.
This is important.
And he looks at other videos that are out in social media with, mostly focusing on women of color, people of color in general. And he provides his feedback based on what he sees.
Like relationship advice.
Exactly. All relationship advice. And, he is an attractive looking guy giving advice to, the situation. Apparently, Mr. Jaxn, is that correct?
Yes.
With an X?
With an X.
With an
We're canceled. We're canceled. Okay.
With an X. then we didn't know. I didn't even know. I didn't follow him, but the people who have apparently was married, but you don't see that in his social media. And then
Because he sits in his car
uh-huh,
all alone.
exactly
In every video.
In every video, right? And he was married, and apparently he was being I'm trying to say it nicely, but he was stepping out on his lady, right? That's not what my heart really wants to say.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
He
I just warmed it up a little bit for y'all, right?
apparently cheated repeatedly on his wife.
Out with it while I mix this tea, girl.
Right?
Okay.
He cheated on his wife.
Yes.
Okay? That nobody knew he had because, once again, he recorded every video alone in his car.
Yes, he did.
Which should have been a big tip off. But anyhow, fine.
Okay. So now that Lisa has set that situation for us, the woman that you just heard was his wife. After they came out together publicly, and a lot of people were saying she looked like she looked like she was forced into sitting with him and speaking out to the public and saying, hey guys, we are still married and we are a united front. And my wife knows all my dirt. I was 100% honest with the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 million I was with.
Clarity is important.
Hello. And she's okay with it. And she was not forced. Because we were social media, Black Twitter, all of us, we had all types of comments, judgments, whatever the case is. She decided that she was going to come out with her own video, basically trying to, I can't even, maybe Lisa, Serene, y'all can help me out because I don't even know what that was.
Okay.
I don't get it.
What was it? A bonnet of what?
A bonnet of salvation. And this army fatigue shirt was a breastplate of righteousness.
Here's the thing. I had, there were so many problems. So many problems. Okay, fine. He's cheating on his wife, but apparently a lot of people do that, unfortunately.
Yes.
Okay, fine. He cheated on his wife. What I objected to in addition to that was, so the first video ever that you do with your wife is the one where you have her clutched up like a prisoner.
Okay, because that's what she looked like to me.
Because that's what she looked like.
That's what she looked like to me.
Clutched up like a prisoner, looking, dare we say it, not at her absolute best.
Yes.
In her bonnet.
Yes.
And her, I don't know what, sweatshirt.
She had a sweatshirt on,
she looked like she rolled out of bed.
She did.
Right?
Yeah.
She
just did.
I'm not, but listen, I'm not mad at the fact that she looked like that because I got the message. I thought I got the message that she was trying to send in that video, which was, I'm not about to put on a front for you people.
Yeah.
Because fronting is what got his butt in the situation of cheating. And now I have to be embarrassed. So I'm going to look like however I want to look on this video.
And that's exactly how she did it.
While he has to have to come out.
And that's exactly how she looked.
I second what Lisa was saying because if I was her friend or if I was in her circle of people, I would have totally told her, you do not need to appear with him on camera.
You could have done it by yourself.
Apology.
Exactly.
He needs to do it by himself.
Exactly.
Don't Olivia Pope for him.
Because he has never showcased her on his platform.
That's what was a problem for me. That was the problem for me.
So why is it now that he has to apologize for stepping out on you that you have to sit next to him while he's apologizing?
Yes.
I don't think, even in optic-wise, PR-wise, I don't even think that was a good move because he just needs to apologize and say, listen, me and my wife have discussed this. This is old news to us.
Right.
We've worked it out. We do the things that couples do when they go through this.
Yeah.
And she's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep her out of it.
That's right.
Because
It
now
just
we're
seemed
attaching
really
the
awkward.
shame to her face that we never even knew.
Yes.
Exactly.
And because she came out, in her, I see where you're going in terms of she's like, I don't even care. I don't need to put on a front. I'm like, but the fact that you're in the video, you're putting on a front.
That's right.
So let's stop fronting. Let's stop fronting
She
about
said
not
that.
fronting.
She said what she said.
Right?
She said what she said.
Yep.
She said what she said.
You're already putting on a front.
Yes.
So if you're going to put on a front, put on a front.
That's it.
I'm not saying you need to come out red carpet ready.
That's right.
But do not look like you just rolled out of bed.
I agree with you, but I feel like to some extent, I think she was trying to show the world like maybe I'm messed up. I'm mentally messed up in a sense where this is what my husband was doing. She was just like, I'm mentally messed up because this is what my husband is. So I'm just going to show up the way I want to show up. And this is how I'm going to just say, aesthetically, she's a beautiful girl. I can see that. There's no problem.
Her
skin is beautiful.
I'm like, first of all, if your skin looks like that with zero makeup on, you have already won.
Exactly.
So let's say that.
Exactly.
But if we're talking about PR fixes, and we're talking about all that stuff.
Yes.
Please take the bonnet. What?
The breastplate of
the breastplate.
The salvation.
The breastplate of salvation.
The helmet of salvation.
You have not been saved from anything.
Oh my gosh. I just think that it was. I understand what she was trying to do, but I just felt like it would have been properly executed if it was a little bit of more. I felt like everything was rushed. It looked rushed. It looked like they were both sitting there. It looked like he was like, "Babe, I'm about to turn on this YouTube thing, girl. You better come on now with it. You just go. You look like you've been hurting at least." Because I'm sure, like, even if she did come up glammed up, there's still going to be people that's going to say something. I feel like there's still going to be remarks being made because think about it. This was a man who was an attractive guy who's giving out all this advice. So many women like, oh, he's the greatest. I've listened to some of what he was saying, and what he was saying is true things.
He actually, in some cases, gave great advice, but then you think about it, you're like, oh, you were actually speaking about yourself.
Boom, that's it right there. Hold on. That's it right there. That's it right there. What you just said, Lisa.
Right.
That's it.
That's why all of his advice had this like reality to it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're actually telling
because you're talking about
yourself.
you, right?
You're talking about yourself.
How is that?
Dogging out other women.
Exactly. I'm like, you kind of are a little off too because not only did that happen. Okay, we're gonna die.
The tea. One of the teas. Let me drop some tea.
Drop it.
So, like Lisa said, he was in the video by himself. Yeah. In a lot of these videos, right? Mm. The tea is
the house in the back.
The house in the back. What? He was doing the videos in front of his
mistress's house. Yes. Hold on. There it is. There it is. Yes.
Several of his videos was in front of his mistress's house.
Yes. So he wasn't even trying to.
Which is why I think it's kind of, it is definitely selfish of him for
how do you
putting her on camera.
To do that, though?
To do this apology. It was so wrong.
Listen.
So wait. Let me see if I'm understanding correctly. He did while cheating on his wife, he did his relationship advice series and wrote his relationship advice books while sitting in his car outside of one of his
the mistress came
houses.
on a radio show and she said, if you look in the background of a few of his most recent videos,
it's circled.
They circled it. She said, I have a balcony in front of my house.
OMG.
Mm-hmm. That is my house. Mm-hmm. So he's in the video in front of his, but apparently they were separate. I don't know. This story's getting like complicated, but apparently they were separated for a little while.
They were.
So some of it was like he was stepping out, but not really. And then he started stepping out when they got back reconciled. So all in all,
messy.
Messy.
Super messy.
But here's the thing. Here's what I want us to focus on. Okay, so now that we talked about kind of like the context, and I know people who haven't heard, now they understand. Let's talk about how, because again, since, this, our show is about, of course, hair and beauty and et cetera, and we talk about different things. Let's talk about how some of the comments were like literally like stabbing to the woman, his wife, because she came on with her bonnet and her sweater. So here's the thing. I agree with you, Lisa. I think that there could have been some more additional thought in like the appearance part. You should see Lisa's face. She's like,
I'm like,
there could have been some thought behind that.
Bonnet. That's all I'm hearing.
If she wore a bonnet,
she wore a bonnet.
She wore a bonnet. There could have been some thought behind it. But what I think, was bothering me too was just like, she came out with the crazy, not crazy. She came out with the delusion. No, not delusion. She came out with the
disturbing.
Yes, her interpretation of what her armor was on that day. My whole thing is like, some of the women were like, well, dag, I know why he cheated on you. If you looking like that all day,
that's wrong.
Come on now,
that's wrong.
Women,
that's wrong.
Women,
but there is a certain judgment that we cast on women when you see them outdoors with their bonnet on.
They're not supposed to be. Is this mic on?
Tap, 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 tap.
The bonnet is made for the bedroom. My gosh.
Yes, the two B's. Bonnet, bedroom.
Bedroom,
bonnet,
in your bonnet.
In your household.
Yes.
So, if you think about this in a metaphoric way.
Oh, Lord.
the bonnet.
Where are we going with this? No.
the bonnet, the streets, right? So if you see a woman out on the streets with her bonnet on, you pass a little judgment. You're like, why are you? Oh, you didn't care today.
You didn't care.
You didn't care today.
You didn't care.
You didn't care that you're out here with a bonnet on.
Okay.
You don't care.
She didn't
I
care.
see where you're going.
So if you would look at someone in the street and we automatically have that, thing in our head, like, okay, she don't care today. She's just... the social media is a social street of the internet. So therefore, a bonnet should not be worn
at all
on social media because you'll have the same judgment. She didn't care.
At all.
Here's the thing.
At all.
Is like you see these YouTubers and the real ones. And just saying. And they wear their bonnet as part of their before.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Or
in prep.
The hair is in prep. The hair is in rollers. You have on the bonnet.
Yes.
They do half the face, the whole yada yada.
Yes.
And then they do the big reveal.
Yes.
And the bonnet comes off.
It comes off.
As part of the public face.
Yes.
Now that you're off the streets.
Yes.
And outside of your home.
Yes.
On social media.
Yes. Exactly.
That's the time for the bonnet.
That's right.
The bonnet is not the end game.
Yes.
The bonnet is not the end game.
It's not.
It's the before.
It's not. It's not.
Unless
but they do have rap styles.
Unless you sell bonnets.
Yes.
In which case you model them.
Yeah.
To your heart's content.
Exactly.
If you're getting coins for it.
Right.
That's something different.
Right.
Like Tammy Roman, right? She has
her
but that's
bonnet
her brand.
Right.
Yes. That's her brand.
Yes.
But even with her, but you see when she has on her bonnet, most of the time.
Even when she has on her bonnet, I feel like she looks a little
right.
A little disheveled.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
it's just something about the bonnet that's just not appealing. Period. In general,
she's a comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the kind of discussions that she's having, it's really part of her brand that she's being funny, being humorous.
Yeah.
She may have rolled out of bed. Sometimes she's like, oh. Girl, I'm just here in my garage.
She reminds me of Miss Bonita from In Living Color. It was a woman who hung out the window, and she would know everybody's business up the block.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bonita,
right.
Yeah.
So I think because of how the branding of Tammy Roman,
that makes sense because it's part of your money.
Bonnet. I mean, it's called Bonnet Chronicles, so you're gonna need the bonnet.
Yes.
And she's getting paid.
She's getting paid. Yes.
Again, coinage.
Major difference.
Yes.
Coinage.
So different. So
right?
different.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to appear like if let's say we do a photo shoot, and they do some behind the scenes, and you have we have our hair up, or we have on a bonnet. It's behind the scenes.
It's behind the scenes,
and it's part of showing that we're
nobody
real
needs
beings.
to see. Yes,
fine.
I love the air quotes.
Right, but that's not the shot
exactly
that we're putting up on our all our social media as the example of sledge.
Right.
Which, by the way, y'all it's coming. Our sledge.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Get ready. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Melanin trifecta
of goodness. Yes. Okay. But yeah, you're right. It's something that's behind the scenes, behind the veil. But she was saying that it was not a bonnet. She said it was a salvation, whatever. But physically, she said this really isn't a bonnet. It's an actual hat.
Can you play it one more time? Can you do that?
Let me see if I can play it.
I'm just curious as to because
let me.
I keep forgetting what she actually said, and it's like
that's what happens when you don't have a PR team or you're just not well versed in the things of.
Yeah, it was like
what happens when you release things out there.
That's
and
I think that's a good
there
point
because the internet is forever.
It's forever. It's forever. Like you just can't even know. You cannot.
But even if it was a hat,
I hope she's doing well.
Yeah.
Is she okay?
That's a good question.
I hope so.
And I think that's the question.
I wish her well. I do wish her well.
That's what I was trying to get at. I was trying to get at the fact that, okay, so they're tearing down this sister who, she went through what she went through. And, we're all tearing her down. Well, she looked like that.
I'm not tearing nobody down.
Not all, but I shouldn't have said that. That's absolute. But many of us are tearing her down.
Were we tearing her down just now?
No, not us.
We're tearing down the bonnet.
I'm tearing down the bonnet.
The bonnet is what we're tearing down.
Let me be clear. I think that she needs to take him for all his coins. That's me. I mean, divorce him. Divorce him.
Let's play it one more time.
Take 70% and keep it moving. I fully support her.
Let's play it one more time. Okay, let's hear it again.
You see a bonnet. I see the helmet of salvation.
Okay, let's stop right there.
I like the in bonnet. I'm here for it. I changed my mind.
Okay.
You see a bonnet.
Okay, so wait.
That was aggressive.
It
That
was
really
I
aggressive.
like it.
Hold on.
She emphasized
But
the
that was
bonnet.
the armor. That was the armor.
That was the
aggressive.
armor.
She was like, you see my bonnet?
You
bonnet?
see, hold on.
You see it? She's like, what you gonna
I
do?
see the helmet of salvation. You see an army green shirt. I see the breastplate of righteousness. I see the belt of truth, the sandals.
That girl came right on to
Right?
Girl. That's literally
right on
how I
That's
felt
how I
when
felt.
I saw that. I was like,
What is
you know how
happening?
you just sit there and you just be like,
I was like, I had to actually switch off at one point because I was like,
I was like,
I felt wounded for her.
right.
I felt
right.
wounded for her
That's what
because it was clear to me that she was not well in that moment.
Right.
That is how, at least that was my
Right.
interpretation.
Right.
She might have felt fine.
right.
What many of us received was that, honey, you are not well.
Right.
There's some kind
Correct.
of marital Stockholm syndrome thing going on
Right.
here.
Mhm.
where
Correct.
You're actually, why you came in for this? Like, why?
Like what?
He did you so dirty. And
Right.
you can get on there and
then
defend
you're
yourself
still-
about the bonnet.
Yes, it's your. I already forgot it because I just played it.
Breastplate of
salvation.
Breastplate of, I can't even. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, but hold on. Because many of us wear bonnets and so on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And head wraps. What do you feel like you're? I can't even. I'm sorry. I was trying to really ask it and be serious. Do you feel like your bonnet is your breastplate of salvation? Do you feel like your sweatshirt?
Wait, hold on. Yeah, let me Google breastplate of salvation.
So that comes from the armor of God, which is a biblical thing. And there's
Yeah.
different things that you put on at the armor of God. So she basically said that what she was saying to me was sticks and stones may break your bones, but these words are not going to. So that's why I think that she was kind of metaphorically saying, my bonnet, you guys attacked it. This is my salvation hat. My army
can I
fatigue
just
shirt.
tell you?
Y'all coming for me? This is my
Salvation.
This is my
I need a salvation.
my breastplate of righteousness. Like, don't come for me. That's what I think she was trying to do.
Okay.
What?
So
Read it.
what
Let's
is
hear
it?
So what I'm getting from this is the breastplate of righteousness, like you were saying,
Yeah.
is part of the armor of God.
Correct.
Yes.
To be righteous means to obey God's commandment and live in the way that is honorable to Him.
Right.
So tying this to the situation, maybe she meant that she was going to try to restore honor to her marriage and stay in it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Or she has marital Stockholm syndrome and she needs assistance.
Maybe that's what it was.
I can see,
No, because I agree with you.
Background.
I agree with
work
you.
for me here in
I
my
agree
creative
with you.
writing. Okay, I think she's saying she wants to live right in her marriage and try again.
You know what? Thank you
Yeah.
for breaking that down, because you know what? That might be
Yeah.
it. But here's the thing. This is what it means by when you are intentionally, when you poorly execute it, but you mean well.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I just felt like that video afterwards with no context. Like, for me as a woman, as a grown woman, like, if I was her, I would probably approach it as such, like, listen, what my, significant other did was absolutely disrespectful to me, my household, my family. This is something that we're going to be in private about, going to counseling. I do, as a Christian, I feel this way about the word of the Lord. This is what it says. And I feel like in this moment, this is what I'm going to do. My helmet of salvation is on. My breastplate of righteousness is on. And I know the other pieces of the armor that I need to put on in order to forge for it, because this is not hard. So all the women out there, pray for a sister.
I could have got behind that.
End the video. End the video. No poems. No poems, because it was a whole poem that happened.
It was
in the middle.
Was it long?
It was a whole poem.
I think I shut down after the guy said shh.
Yeah, that same.
No, it went on. It went on
It
for
kept
a
going
while.
on.
She just kept.
It
That's
just
why he
went
was
on.
like, shh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because he
Girl.
probably he recorded that, I guess, after having seen the whole thing.
Yes.
And he was trying to say, no, you should just stop.
But wait. There's more.
Okay.
Because apparently Derek
Lord.
Jaxn
Ugh.
made a video commenting
On himself
did
in third
on
person.
himself.
Did you
In
see
third
it?
person.
I
He
saw
said,
some of it.
and he was like,
No, wait.
Hey.
Hold on. I had to scratch that for a
Hey.
second. Scratch.
Yeah,
I just scratched
scratch.
it.
I was
Hold
gonna be
on.
like, Mr. Krabs at the table.
Hey, hold up. Listen. That is spooky.
because what kind? That's why then I felt even worse for her. I felt even worse for her because I'm like, oh, no wonder she might have some.
I thought you were going to say something profound.
No.
It looked that way, right?
Hey, wait.
That
is spooky.
That's spooky. No.
It's spooky.
Weird.
And it is weird.
That's weird.
And it looks like I'm telling you, there's a lot of illness. I don't know. I'm trying to be polite. I don't know how else to put it.
It's like there's illness.
Who sits down and comments on their own video? I don't know.
No, that's okay.
You know
wait.
what it is, too?
No, now I gotta find
I'm
the clip.
talking about old dude. And old dude is
clip.
yourself? I'm like, no.
No.
You know
I
what
gotta find the
happens?
clip.
I
No.
think when you're so used to people like lifting you up and being on your side because you're giving all this advice and you're like everybody, oh, we love you. When you're being torn down because of something you did.
Yeah.
You make a video of yourself talking to yourself?
Right.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
If you're, this is a hot buzzword, but if you're like a narcissist, you're going to feel some type of way about that.
Which is, I keep
Of
hearing
course
about.
he's a narcissist.
I keep hearing about that. I keep
So
hearing
then,
him
Look,
say
did
that.
you see how he had her clutched up? Look, can y'all, I don't know which camera we're on. It was like this. And then she had the bonnet right there, the armor.
Breastplate of
breastplate
salvation.
of salvation.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So I could see how you would try to keep trying to dig yourself out of that. Like, no, I'm a good guy. No, you guys have to be on my side. So I guess he figured, hey, why not just make a video of me giving advice to myself?
Because that's what I do.
That's what I do.
Your brain might sound right, but
it's just not the right thing to do. It is spooky. No.
You forgot your pause. It is spooky.
No.
No.
I wanted somebody to, like, his camera to talk back to him, but like, no.
Stop it.
log off.
No.
Do you remember,
Don't
like,
do it.
it was a few years ago now. I think, is it
Okay.
T.I. and Tiny?
Uh-oh.
No, like years ago. They had a thing.
Yeah,
They always have a thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they were like, they always have a thing.
They have a thing.
And they were being interviewed, but Tiny sat down. It was kind of like this girl. She sat down right next to her. He was doing all the talking. She sat there, didn't really say much. And, many people have accused him of being a narcissist as well.
Yeah.
And being spooky.
Yeah.
And weird.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I think it is a thing with people of that type, right? To try and, they must do all the talking.
Yeah.
They must try and control the narrative.
Yes.
They must try and regain popularity.
Yeah. That's what he was doing.
And favor and
That's
so
what he
on.
was
Which is,
doing.
I agree with you that that's what Mr. Jaxn.
That's what he was doing.
With an S.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
Can I just say, from the time I saw Jaxn with an S, I was like, your name is not spelled
You
Jaxn
know
with
your
an
name
X.
ain't spelled like that. Okay,
But
so
anyway, whatever.
I
Fine.
got a clip.
Okay.
Okay, y'all ready?
Let's hear it.
Apologize if there's any like commercials that come on. No, I'm joking. I got a clip. This is raw, so hold up. Here we go, real quick.
Of this video. I don't know if old boy was trolling or not, but he said, D, I think I want to see a reaction to this video. So let's do it. And by the way, I'm going to speak in third person. A lot of you already seen this, but this is Derek Jaxn. A lot of people think of him as a relationship expert and guru and all of that. Well, he and his wife are making this video because apparently at some point in their marriage, or maybe even beforehand in the relationship, he didn't take his own advice and he stepped out and he got involved with other women, as you heard them say. Now, upon first impression, nothing really stuck out to me about him, but more so about the wife. Like, I heard her say that she stands with her husband. She's proud to love him. I heard her say that, this is some time ago. They've already processed this, overcame this, dealt with this a long time ago, and nothing's really new to her. But just by her body language, I was really wondering, like, did he force her to do this video?
Okay, we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna talk about that.
I'm done.
He's not well. He can't be well.
Like you said,
Who does
Lisa,
that?
there's a sickness.
There's illness.
There's an illness. There is an illness upon this situation.
A pestilence and a plague.
Hello.
I mean, I don't want to go biblical. I'm just saying. Pestilence and plague fits right in.
Yo, like, you're really out here trying to speak about your situation. He was like, we're going to focus in on the wife. No, brother. That is not the right thing.
And did you
Let's
notice
focus
how
on me.
Yeah.
You.
Did you notice how he was careful to say, and she, she forgives him, and she this, and she that, and he's saying all these positive things and attributing them to her.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't really remember her saying that.
Here's the thing. If you really wanted to address the situation, Mr. Jaxn, Jaxn, I'm sorry.
He was about to say, Miss Janet, if
you want to address
right?
the situation, talk about yourself and say, I put myself in this situation knowingly, intentionally, willingly, because of whatever situation was happening in my marriage, I messed up. So if there's anybody you should be focusing on, it should just be you. Let's talk about the man in the thing. That's a nice looking brother. I mean, compliment yourself. You know, you got to speak up. You got a nice looking brother sitting next to a woman who has a salvation on and breast braces on. And he's holding her hand hard. And what I think he's thinking about is, I really beep up. Mm-hmm. I really beeped up. And, you know, and then go further. I think to me, that would have been a little bit more palpable, more tangible than you sitting up there talking about, now let's focus in on my wife.
No,
let's not.
The thing about it is, too, his advice wasn't like the normal advice he would have given a woman in that situation.
He would have crucified her.
He would have told her,
and him,
this man, while he might be sorry, while you guys might have been old and going through it.
Speak it.
His actions reflect somebody who's not thinking clearly and who doesn't care about
just not respect
emotional well-being. So that's because that's usually what he says in those kind of situations. So even in his advice, he wasn't being honest. So it's just like a lot of things that are happening in this situation that are not just honest. Like,
it's not honest.
The audacity.
Say it.
To pitch his newest relationship book.
Listen.
But actually, I think that's the part that actually makes it a little bit better.
Okay,
please explain.
How so?
And that's what they should have just kept it real short on that video. He did too much. They did too much. Both of them did too much. And I feel like she had to sit there because they do have this book that I guess addresses this part in their relationship and their marriage where I think it's called Healing Together Without Hurting Each Other.
Yeah, and it's their wedding picture on the cover.
So in this book, they're addressing all this stuff. So I'm almost thinking it's kind of like too timely.
Yeah.
But so, maybe in the mistress side.
If they were in Washington, D.C.,
right.
I would say, they planned this entire thing in order to boost book sales.
Exactly.
Is that kind of where you're coming from?
I feel like it's a little timely for them to do this, or maybe somebody finally caught wind of the book that he was dealing with, and she was like, well, you're not about to make money off of something that I knew wasn't right, so I'm going to blow you up now. And so now they have this whole backlash. But in the hindsight, I feel like the book is actually probably good for their relationship because it does go to show that they did know, because how do you publish a book this quick off of a reaction to something?
So they did know, but I think what happened was it backfired.
It did.
It backfired because as he was trying to promote the book, he had to come out with the skeletons in his closet. Yeah. And then you have the mixture of the mistresses who are just like, oh, he canceled me after we, spent that intimate weekend together in his marital home. With the boxes all over the place.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Oh yes.
What?
Oh yes.
Wait,
oh yes.
Wait.
All right. So we all know what
we gotta do a part two. We are not done.
We are going to do a part two on this. But as you know, this is the ending of our show, which we're really sad about. But of course, this was really good. I mean, we talked about so many different things. I really wanted to focus on this woman, but we just couldn't help but just bite into Mr. Jaxn.
We're tired of seeing it. That's why.
That's what it is. I'm just tired of breaking people down. But ladies, let's just tell our listeners where they can find us. You guys can find us on the Instagram. Who says that?
We're on the Instagram and we're on the Facebook.
We're on the Instagram. We're on the Facebook. You can find us at the Tea on Tap on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. And guess what, guys? There is a new way to actually contact us. Now, so for some of us, our shy listeners, I would love, and I'm turning to my left for those who are listening. You guys can't see me, but for those who are watching, you guys will see me. I want you all who are listening to reach out to all three of us. We are available now. You guys can text us.
Don't call me.
You shady.
I'm playing.
Only text me. Do not call me. No, I'm just kidding.
Just text this
That's
number.
Why Krishna is the brander. That's why she's the marketer.
Text us. We will write you back. Our number is, y'all ready? 917. Yes, it's a New York number. 917-636 5998. And what you do is once you text that number, the keyword is the Tea on Tap. You could spell it together, you could spell it close, blah, blah, blah. It's the Tea on Tap. Once you text that number, honey, we will respond back to you. So whatever questions you have, whatever issues you need, we are going to air it out.
Future topics, products you love, products you hate, vendors you've dealt with. We know we've all dealt with those vendors overseas.
Yes. Shade against Mr. Jaxn.
Girl, let
We're
us
here
know.
for it all.
Ladies, let us know. Again, that number is 917-636-5998. And on that note, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Tea on Tap podcast. Don't forget the show's available on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. And make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at Tea on Tap podcast. Like and drop a comment. Talk soon.